Good morning, miners. How are y'all doing this morning? Hope you're all doing well and fantastic wherever you are. Hope you're mining and staying warm, because some people it's really cold out. Lucky's saying he's got a blizzard outside his window. It's cold here, but no blizzards here. But yeah, man, good morning. Good morning, high speed miner. How are you doing, my man? Yo, Jamie. Good morning. Crypto Bedell FA. That is right. I actually ran through a almost an entire pot of coffee this morning, which is intense. Usually I haven't gone through the whole pot this early. It's only 9:10 and we're 12 cups of coffee down. So, don't delay. Brew today. Get your drip on over there at Doge Lord Coffee. Referral link is down in the description below. We would greatly appreciate if you used it, because it does help out this channel and it helps out dogelord.com or dogelordcoffee.com, which we are a proud supporter of. So there's the link in the chat if you would like to get your drip on. Get your drip. At Doge Lord Coffee. Boom. Yeah, we're going to pin that to the top. Alright. Freaking fantastic, guys. What the flux is going on? That is the question of the day, as always. What it seems like is what the flux is going on. So I hope you're all doing well, because we gonna dive into that fluxtastic news this morning. If you, well, if you're a node op, it's more fluxtastic for you. Or potentially looking to becoming a node op, this could be beneficial to you. Alright, so today we are going to talk about one of the new partnerships that they have just launched over here on Flux, and that is their partnership with Seed. So Seed actually sells kind of like computer slash hardware equipment for residential and businesses. I've used them. We've actually used them before in the past when we were getting parts for Raspberry Pis and other great stuff like that. See, they have a compute module right there. Cool little shields. If I'm not mistaken, this is where a few people have got their little meters. Some of the little meters that I've seen are from Seed. So now we got a super cool partnership that has actually been launched out, and that's with the Flux nodes here. Looks like Dark Reader's not gonna get a hold of that one. All right, but pretty freaking cool, guys. It tells you exactly, set up Flux nodes with Seed best-in-class hardware. So now they have all of these, and they're all labeled. Cumulus. It'll run a Cumulus node, Cumulus node, Cumulus node, as well as Nimbus, Nimbus, Nimbus. We're going to be running a Nimbus here soon. We're currently running a Cumulus, but we will be moving on to the Nimbus nodes. I really like this thing, the reserver. But this is actually really freaking cool. By far one of my most favorite pieces of tech that they have actually launched for running like a Flux node. So the reterminal is an embedded Linux with Raspberry Pi CM compute module, so compute module 4, which is a Raspberry Pi 4 just condensed down into a single board. No IOs whatsoever. So has a touchscreen built right in. Now this runs with a 4 GB Pi. That's not going to be usable for running a FLUX node. Looks like I closed out my run on FLUX website. Ecosystem, FLUX nodes. So as you can see, our minimum that we need to run a Cumulus node is going to be 8 GB. So as of right now, it's just the 4 GB model, but they have a compute module for 8 GB version to be added on for $90. So you can add on for $90, and so 195 plus 90, you're looking at 285 would be able to run a Cumulus node, which is relatively cheap in my personal opinion. You'll even have a screen here. I don't know if the screen will show the FLUX node dashboard or what it will entail, but nonetheless, it's actually really cool. It's adaptive touchscreen, so could make it really simple. It's a cool little device, to be honest. Cool little device. Runs on USB-C power, so very low wattage, and you would be able to run a Nimbus node. You would have to upgrade the storage, of course, because you'd have to add storage onto it, which isn't that difficult. So other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Really cool little embedded device. This one would be running for like a full-on Nimbus node, and it is like a full-on microcomputer running Intel Gen 5 i5, which is the only part that I don't really care for, is that we're running Intel. I would rather run Ryzen or AMD, but it is what it is. Includes 5G, LoRaWAN, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. Now, this is bare bones, so you would have to basically build out. Let's see, power cord. Need RAM. We need 32 GB of RAM to run that. Which they're out of RAM completely. We can't even buy the RAM. 512 SSD. So it looks like you're currently be sitting at 695 before RAM, and that's gonna be $90 a pop, so $180 more. 695 plus 180, 875 is what you would be looking at for the re-server, which would be able to run a Nimbus node no problems at all. And a nice little form factor case here. Doesn't look like there's a fan. Oh, there's one fan right there. It's passive design, blows straight up and out through everything. And that's just some of the things that they've added onto the new seed/flux site. Running the Jetson Cumulus nodes, and then even the Jetson Nimbus nodes. Pretty freaking cool. new hardware and potential or partnerships, but potential like further partnerships, you know, to grow. Pretty freaking fluxtastic. Good morning, Oz. Good freaking morning. Speaking of Flux, here we are right here with our 43060s that we got the rig up and up going this last week, and the video should be coming out this week of like just the setup of the rig and going over what's all on it and putting it together. It'll be a real simple video. My only issue that I'm having with this rig right now is that GPU2 reads as a graphics device, and it is a 100% 3060. It is a 3060 XC, or Black Edition, sorry, so no backplate or whatever, or whatnot, but yeah. And it's only pushing down 32.97 souls, as the rest of them are putting down 40 plus souls. I've tried drivers, I've tried changing out risers, everything, and it just will not boot as a 3060. It is just forever a graphics device. I'm not really sure what happened. And it's brand new. Like, it was brand new out of the box, never been used. Still hashes the same overclocks. It's actually less overclock. I've been trying out different overclocks. But don't you use VSP? Yes, I use a virtual private server as of right now, and I will for for my Nimbus node. I will be running virtual private server there too. I'm not running mine at home. I don't really care for the public broadcast of IP. And that's really the only thing that is stopping me. That and internet. We can just swap cards. I have a 3060 Ti XC. Some name, I don't know. Yeah, it's a Contavo. The Mini Z should step up his 30 series game. Yeah, I'm using Mini Z here. Even on Gminer, it doesn't recognize it as a 3060. It just calls it a graphics device. But yeah, I'm using Contavo. Golden Wolf. Should actually be in... Should be down in the description. Nah, it's not. Weird. Alright, we'll have to fix that. It used to be down in the description. But I'm using Contavo. Right now I am using Volter for my Cumulus node, but I will not be able to use Volter when we upgrade to the Nimbus node, because they don't have the requirements necessary to run a Nimbus node. Oh my gosh. There we go. It should be down in the description now if you would like to go look at it. I'll help you out. We can just swap cards. See, you have a 3060 Ti. These are just 3060s. How much per month for the current node? How much does it cost me? About 20 bucks as of right now. I'm thinking at least 5K cumulus nodes. What's the current node count? Economics. Oh, for Contabo, I think it's 30. 30 bucks is what it'll cost me. So I'll go up $10 in cost. Compared to what it would have costed me on Volter to run a Nimbus node, it would have been almost double the cost. But right now it's about 30 something bucks. Every month. Oh, dude, you're too awesome. You ready to go? Build the map. Bum, bum, bum. Oh man. Where's the... There it is, total nodes. So you're thinking 5,000 cumulus nodes, huh? That'd be a lot. If it hits 5,000, what our rewards would be about half of what they are now. Or at least a quarter. If I'm not mistaken. Stratus, Nimbus. Definitely have a higher amount. Yeah. Had a huge drop off though. What was that? 20. Oh. I was like, man, when was that? It was when that Damon issue was happening. Yeah. Because during that time frame right here, my node didn't go off. It didn't go offline, so I was earning double the earnings for a couple days right here in this little scoop. In the little scoop, I was scooping up more. What price does Flux have to hit for people to stop confusing Flux for Conflux? Has nothing to do with price. It's just people not doing their own research. Personally. Nothing to do with price. Nothing at all. But I could see a higher amount of cumulus nodes. Maybe not 5K. Maybe 5K at first. Because the fact that for the first 15 days of March, you will be allowed to run a cumulus node with either or requirements. So people will be running a 1,000 cumulus node, and some people will still be running their 10,000 cumulus node. I'll still be running my 10,000 cumulus node up until the node happening of Nimbus. When Nimbus happens, or when the Nimbus requirements have, then my node will go offline and then come back online as a Nimbus node. Ooh. But I think for that first 15 days, we'll see a huge number of nodes. There's a lot of people with 1,000 flux. There is. You're right. But not all those people are going to run nodes. That's above some people. Working out in the garage. That's perfectly fine, Oz. Yeah, I've been torn between the parts of either just setting up the Nimbus node or running a couple Cumulus nodes would be just as beneficial. It's just that you can't stack nodes, and I'd have to pay double VPS, pay double for the services to run it. So I don't know. The time's ticking. But I would like to upgrade to Nimbus. For sure. What's up, Goblin? Glad you're here, buddy. I would love to see everybody with like 1,000 flux set up a node, but a lot of people aren't gonna go through the steps to do it because they need the requirements to do so. Parallel asset fees would double as well. Yes, they would. Which would not be fun. Yes, we have, Goblin. I'm trying not to talk about politics on this channel. Not the channel for it. But yeah. Wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. Wild times we live in. I couldn't imagine having to pay double the parallel asset fees for running multiple nodes. I know someone right now that runs multiple nodes, and me and him were just talking the other day about that. You know, it could take hours to claim all of your parallel assets and snapshots from all of the wallets and nodes, because when you have more than one, you got to go through them all and claim them all, and then you got to send them all and convert them all, and like that gets expensive, man. Like that's a lot of fees. So it's almost not beneficial to run more than one, just for the headache aspect. When you got someone running like 3 or 4 nodes, or I can only imagine what Dan goes through. Dan runs quite a few nodes, and all the snapshots and parallel asset claims. Like that's got to be a headache, man. He's got to take like a whole day, a full day to himself to take care of that. He's got to. Like I don't know how he does if he doesn't take a full day to do it. Like it's wild. Absolutely wild. Well, I mean, what do you expect? Same thing happens here. It's not in the news right now. Right now. They've always been able to do that and just shut it off because they don't like what you're doing. Dan was talking about running multiple nodes on one IP address. Yes, they are working on it. As far as I know, it is being worked on currently to where you'd be able to stack nodes on a single IP address, which is awesome. That would be huge, because if someone has enough resources to run a Nimbus and a Cumulus in the same system, that would be awesome. Instead of just running a Nimbus and it eating all the extra resources that's available just because it's there, you could utilize it to spin up 2 nodes instead of 1 node, which would be great for spreading out the validators. More validators the better. It's like only collect every quarter. Yeah, basically. If you're running like multiples like that, you basically have to only collect every quarter, because collecting per month could be expensive, or per week, or well, you know, whatever. Luckily, snapshots only happen every, you know, every quarter or so, give or take. Not no full word on that, but you know, it's at least you have a nice spread between snapshots. But parallel asset mining claiming from your nodes, that could be messy. That could be messy. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready to start running the Cumulus node, upping what we're making per day. Would be great. Otherwise, fees are nuts, it sounds. It's not that the fees are nuts, it's just that everything requires a fee, you know what I mean? So if you have 4 nodes and you claim B&B on every one of those nodes, you just have to have the gas to claim those, which is only like 10 cents, you know what I mean? It's like really cheap. It's just time consuming. Is that you have multiple wallets to claim from. Not multiple wallets, one wallet, but multiple nodes to claim from. And if they're all on the same wallet, like linked to the same wallet, it'd be way easier. But imagine they're all on different wallets. Like, then you're gonna have to start moving B&B to every wallet to claim. It's just time consuming. Not so much expensive. Only one that would be expensive would be the Ethereum one. The Ethereum claim is always expensive. Yeah, that's because like Ethereum is that I can only claim Ethereum. Like my Ethereum claims every couple of months. Just because, and even then I wait for gas fees to go down. I wait for a good time. I think I did some like a week or two ago. When gas fees dropped down to like 50 gwei, I jumped in and I moved my FLUX Ethereum, converted it, and sold it as fast as I possibly could. Just so that way the fees were low, and moved it back into FLUX. I think the only two that are really the only one that's really expensive is the ETH one. ETH one's pretty expensive. But if you're only holding a small amount of FLUX, it could have issues. Wow. I moved my hash to 2 Mars pools because they charge 0% fees on parallel assets. Not bad. That's 20% less than the other pools. Yeah. You can claim it anytime. You could go back in there and look at it, and you might have a snapshot claim. Yeah. Yeah, gas fees have been dropping like randomly. I just quickly moved as fast as I could. That way I could benefit from that. Because that would be, that's ideal. Is ideal. Claim a year later? Yeah. They're your coins. Like, they're your coins. Like, you own them. They're in your wallet. You just have to claim them from the chain. That's it. That be it. I had my Ethereum one to claim since Ethereum, like since the Ethereum snapshot, and that was mid-year last year, and I just claimed it just now. Well, as of like a week ago. Gas fees on ETH, cool. Yeah, of course gas fees. There's gas fees on everything, bro. You have gas fees on BNB, gas fees on FLUX, gas fees on Litecoin. Like, everything has a gas fee. But if you're moving from an ERC20 to FLUX, from FLUX ETH to FLUX, you're gonna have to pay the gas fee. Dang it. Report. You're gonna have to pay the gas fee to move and swap, just like you would on a normal exchange and swap service, like a DEX. It's the norm. It's okay. I'm still new. Yeah, you're fine, Golden Wolf. Perfectly fine, buddy. Their gas fee will not get corrected. Don't get it twisted. Even when the merge happens, their gas will not be fixed. The model of the gas fee is exactly the same. I have not talked about it yet, no. But yeah, the gas fee is not changing. The only thing that changes from gas fee from proof of work to proof of stake is they replace the miner tip becomes a validator tip, because proof of stake is validators. So they get the tip instead of miners because there's no more miners. That's it. Fees won't change. That'll still be expensive. That is why we have layer 2s, is to scale Ethereum. Because you can't scale Ethereum with the gas fees the way they are. So you got Optimism and Polygon all coming out with roll-ups to help Ethereum in their gas fee problem. Polygon paid like $1.5 million to have roll-ups designed for Ethereum. Polygon did that. Not Ethereum, Polygon. So, fees won't change. But yeah, ETH 2.0 is going to be delayed. It'll be delayed. Possibly. From the video, or from the live stream I was watching of ETH Denver yesterday, they're talking about Q3, Q4 timeline of merge. They said that Q2 is possible. It is a possibility that they could merge in Q2, but everything has to be going right. They have not froze the code yet for proof of work and moved that over into testnet, so we don't know how that will work. Other than the code freeze, testnet is working great. They haven't done that yet for the proof of work chain, so they don't know how that's going. That specifically is getting worked on at the hackathon, the ETH Denver hackathon. So after the ETH Denver conference is the hackathon. There they are working on the proof of work, proof of stake merge, chain freeze. That is in the list of things to be worked on at the hackathon. So once that happens, we will 100% know what is going to happen moving forward. If no one can figure it out at the hackathon, it's not going to happen. Like, they'll push it off even further, maybe, for all we know. But right now, they said realistically they're looking at Q3, Q4 for the merge. So, Pana's video showed the checkboxes are still unchecked. Yes. But Vitalik has said himself that if the merge is ready at least 60% of the way, they will move forward and they will merge, whether it's at 100% or not. So, yeah, there's a lot of boxes unchecked, but there can be a lot of boxes unchecked for only 60% to be done. The main thing is the chain split and freeze. That has to be completed and done. Has to be. They can't move forward until that is done, resolved, and working. Once that works, they can move forward. They don't have to have everything completed, and they even stated themselves that they will, if some things are completed, that they will just move forward. So, you can't go by what the boxes say either, because they've stated that they would do it anyway. Which doesn't make any sense, to be like completely honest. If you're not ready, why would you do it? So, I don't know. But realistically, Q3, Q4 is probably what we'll see. The difficulty bomb will be going off in June or July. That will happen, so they will have to hard fork the code in June or July. So we'll have a difficulty adjustment in June or July. Possibility rewards could go up for a little bit. They could go down because people realize that they're not going to move. You know what I mean? Can you speak on some of the setbacks they had in plain English? I mean, there's no setbacks. There hasn't been any setbacks so far. Like this year. Oh, for sure. Bears versus Bulls. I do not disagree with that. As Ethereum is a broken model to begin with and will not be the smart contract standard for much longer. I can agree to that. They need the merge to work and to happen. Like, they need it. Like, if they don't, it's not like Ethereum would be broken if they don't go through with it. It's hurting their reputation and their stand in the community. They just keep putting off and putting off and putting off and putting off, and everyone is, it's like, yo, it's been like, 5 years and you haven't done anything that you said you were going to do. So what we doing? There's a lot of institutional money put behind Ethereum. If they fail and all that institutional money goes to waste, it could be bad for crypto. In the scheme of things, none of this stuff is being built on Bitcoin, so sucks. I mean, it is, but it's not being built. Oh, thanks anyway. Yeah, no problem. I don't know what has failed exactly, if something has failed. As far as I know, everything has worked swimmingly on testnet. They've had no big setbacks other than the fact that they haven't froze the code for the proof of work chain on testnet. So we don't know what's going to happen past that. It's kind of like up in the air. It's like, what's going to happen whenever we freeze it? And they even said it. They're like, we can think what we know is going to happen, but they don't know what's going to happen. And it needs to happen in order for them to know. So once that happens, we will know more of a timeline, because we know if they have to fix it or if they're just going to abandon it altogether. Wouldn't that be something if they just abandoned it altogether? Could you imagine? Could you? If it just failed and they never went proof of stake, and all of those ETH2 coins that's locked in proof of stake is just garbage and stuck. That'd be wild. The great ETH reckoning. They keep insulting the miners. LOL. Pay too much for miner fees. Yeah, they do. They said it like a handful of times yesterday. Oh, we overpay for security. I was like, oh yeah, that's not something you should ever say. That we overpay for security. We're the most secure chain out there, but we overpay for security. It's like saying, hey, when we stop overpaying for security, you can come attack us. Because we're not overpaying. Now we're underpaying. It made sense when the gas was cheap. It did make sense when the gas was cheap. I don't think they foresaw the rampant growth of DeFi. Yeah. Probably not. But I don't know enough to be dangerous like you. Yeah. That can be a bad thing too sometimes. I have to be very careful with what I do. Very careful. Starting to learn that here recently. Getting into a few communities and projects and working, and then they want my personal opinion, like it's worth gold or something. I don't like that. I'm just a pleb. Just like you. Just done my research and know a little bit. But I know enough to be dangerous, I suppose. But yeah, the DeFi growth was insane. And it was great at first. Like, I'm upset that I didn't just that I didn't get in to ETH DeFi when it was stupid cheap. By the time I was getting into DeFi, Ethereum had already implemented EIP 1559 and gas fees were through the roof. So by the time I was getting into DeFi, I skipped Ethereum altogether. And I went straight to Binance Smart Chain and then Polygon and Phantom. And that's kind of where I reside. I don't even reside in Polygon anymore. I mine Ethereum to Polygon, and then I usually move it out of Polygon. Usually, the yield returns on Polygon isn't that great. It's safe, but it's just the returns aren't good. Ethereum has better returns. It's just that huge amounts of gas fees. Phantom's good for returns. It's just that getting there is a little difficult. I just hope Ethereum Classic does not follow the BS model that their sister ETH is doing. Ethereum Classic's moving on with the London hard fork. London hard fork is where EIP 1559 came into play. It's not the EIP 1559 wasn't the problem. It wasn't the issue. Ethereum was already the issue. It was broken before that. 1559 was misconstrued as a way to fix fees, and it wasn't. It was far from that. Polygon has EIP 1559. Their fees didn't change at all because it wasn't the issue. The result was half of the network, the Geth clients, rejected the block, while the other half, never mind, the Bezu clients accepted it. Oh, well, yeah, that'd be an issue. If half of the network is rejecting blocks and the other half is accepting the blocks, that's a problem. There's a problem in the consensus somewhere between the different clients. Like the different node clients. Here's a question: what's your thoughts about ADA and other EVM compatible projects? Have Sophian developers building quality dApps over their protocols? Whew, that's a hard one, man. I like ADA and what they're doing. Personally, I'll going to be on time, Mikkel, grabbing coffee. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Everybody click that link right there and we can go say what's up to Servant. when he goes live. But yeah, I don't know, man. Everybody follows ETH's model, but then changes it. So all EVM compatible stuff is a little different. Why haven't you been looking at Doge? I mine Doge. Maybe you're not watching the videos. Oh, Jimbo. It has low fees. It's fast. Super returns, I don't know about all that. But yeah, fast, I don't know about that all that anymore either. They're actually a lot slower nowadays than they used to be. Still cheap though. I still use Doge. Have for a long time. Thanks for tuning in though, Jim. Make sure you go through some of the videos as we talk about Dogecoin and Litecoin mining as a home miner. Trying to get through all of these. DeFi is a Ponzi scheme. Yes. Yes, it is. A lot of it is. To be completely honest. Just a way to take your Bitcoins. I'm very picky about what I do in DeFi anymore. The Lighthouse Geth, Prism Gethans. Also a split between them. Yeah, chain splits isn't something they should ever have it like. Ding ding, this guy gets it. ETH was broken at its inception. Exactly. Exactly, Bears versus Bulls. Vitalik at one point was criticizing 7-cent BTC transaction fees, and they didn't just capitalize people running DeFi smart contracts. Yeah. Contract fees are insane, man. Sending Ethereum's not always bad, but those contract fees. Hey, not a problem, Jimbo. He says, my bad. Much love, buddy. There's a video about the gold shell mini doges. We mine Litecoin and Dogecoin, and I convert my Dogecoin every day into Litecoin because it's actually more profitable that way, in my opinion. Just to convert the Dogecoin to Litecoin on a daily basis, because Dogecoin likes to pump almost on a daily basis. Sometimes we go up and down, right? So some days are better than others. In my opinion, I think they should go proof of stake, but that's just my opinion. And that only has anything to do with the fact that their network is not as secure as everyone thinks it needs to be, or as everyone thinks it is. There's a reason why the network is slow right now, and that is because people, when they're mining Dogecoin, they're not mining Dogecoin, they're mining Litecoin and stealing shares from Dogecoin's chain. That's how merge mining works. So upon stealing shares, you're not really providing any network security or any benefit to Dogecoin's network, really. It's not ideal for the other chain. No one's just mining Dogecoin. No one does that. Most pools don't even let you do that. I don't think there's maybe a few Dogecoin like actual pools, maybe, but most of them are Litecoin pools where you merge mine Dogecoin, which is just taking shares from another chain because it's submitting a share at a lower difficulty, which is Dogecoin's difficulty, and pulls in shares. That's it. So when they go proof of stake, at least they can rely on validators and someone to move the network along. Because stealing shares does not do that. Same thing with like Ezil. Same situation. I don't really care for merge mining. Merge mining is stealing shares. Yeah, wrong. Oxpow is not mandatory. That's where the pools are wrong. Yep, 100%. And it's stealing shares because they're not doing it right. You understand, Jimbo. Sounds like mining ETH to BTC on 2 miners. Sounds like nothing like that. ETH needs to fix the smart contract fee. They never will. They can't. It's too late. If you want my personal opinion, it's too late for them to fix it. They've forked the code so many times since the issue actually happened. They can't fix it. They just got to keep moving on. That's why they have to do the merge. Because they can't fix the chain. The chain's broken. It's been broken for a long time. Like, very long time. Dude, Taproot on smart contracts is fucking awesome. I mean, freaking awesome. Sorry, I don't like to curse on this channel. But BTC Taproot is awesome. It's a great move. Personally. It is my personal opinion. I don't know, whenever Ethereum Classic goes for the London hard fork, which I'm interested in seeing how it plays off. Uh-oh, demonetized. I know. I will be if I continue to curse. When Ethereum Classic goes with the London hard fork, I'm interested. I'm interested to see how it goes for them, because they don't have the same issue that Ethereum does with fees, because Ethereum Classic is the original chain. It is the OG chain before there was an issue. As soon as there was an issue, Ethereum forked, and they didn't fix the issue. They just left it there and band-aided it. Continued to fork it and band-aid it and fork it and band-aid it and fork it and band-aid it. Ethereum Classic fixed it first and then continued. So good for them, and I just want to see how a proper implementation of London will work. Could work out really bad. You know what I mean? Like, but they don't have the same issues that Ethereum does. And whenever they move in with the with London, that will allow other EVM compatible applications to run on Ethereum Classic. We already have NFTs. We're starting to get DeFi applications. Once London goes live, though, like, it'll be a game changer for Ethereum Classic. They just need to implement it correctly. But the chain's not broken to begin with. That's the issue. This guy gets it. Is there a social channel I can DM you at? Yeah, man. If you go down the description, there's a thing that says follow me, and it takes you to a link tree. You follow me on Twitter. It takes you straight to there. You can find me at CryptoMikel on Twitter, and you can DM me there. No issue at all, buddy. Or join the Discord. It says join the DCA community down below. Shows it. Join DCA Discord. Make sure you verify with the bot, and you can find me in there as well. I don't really use Instagram or anything like that. I have it, but I don't really use it. So I've had some people reach out to me on there, and I never get the message just because I don't ever check it, or privacy settings are set to where it puts everything into the hidden messages, and it marks as spam. Plus, all of it's usually spam anyway. It's always this NFT this NFT that. So usually just delete and move on. But if you're gonna message me on Twitter, I know you're messaging me, so. But guys, we are going ahead and wrap up the show. Serpent is actually live as we speak. Make sure I can mute that real quick. You can go show him some love, guys. Crypto Mikkel raid his channel. We would greatly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to him, I would greatly appreciate it as well, and I'm sure he would even more so. I greatly appreciate if you just like, subscribe, hit the bell notification on this video in this channel, so you know every time that we go live here or post videos. We would greatly appreciate it. All right. There's also some referral links down in the description below. They help this channel out significantly. Helps us get more hardware and other things we can show out on the channel, and provide you with better content. So we'll catch y'all next time, guys. Make sure you're subscribed, and we should have a video dropping Monday for the 4-card 3060 rig build. So we'll catch y'all next time, guys. Much love. Peace out. Happy hashing. Later.